Hola, ¿cómo están? Gonza, VODKITO por acá. Bueno, bienvenidos a otro video. Como vemos, tenemos cámara nueva. Se ve bastante mejor ahora el plano acá más a la derecha y no lo tenemos tanto de frente. Así que nada, bienvenidos a otro video. Se van a venir cambios lindos en el canal de YouTube. Hay un chico nuevo que está empezando a editar los videos estos, se llama Martín. Les voy a dejar acá abajo del video en la descripción, le voy a dejar el Instagram de él por si lo quieren contactar, si quieren que les edite algún video o algo, lo van a tener ahí. Y bueno, nada, bienvenidos a otro video, a otro insight. Así que lo vamos a estar viendo a ver qué nos trae. Esta es la segunda parte del anterior de la semana pasada. Recuerden, no se olviden de darle like y comentar acá abajo qué les pareció el insight, si está bueno o no. Y también suscríbanse, que me ayudan un montón, ¿sí? Así que vamos a ver el insight, a ver qué nos dicen. Voy a ir parando y voy a ir contándoles un poco qué opino yo. Y bueno, vamos a ver qué nos trae Tito Robert esta semanita.
Especially to Jared's team. Sorry guys. It's awesome to be getting such attention shown on Arena Commander, and I'm excited to finally bring it up to what I believe
La semana
it has
pasada,
potential to be.
para un segundito para contarles que hablaron sobre la Arena Commander, todas las cosas nuevas que se vienen, las modificaciones, muchas cosas, como que el Arena Commander, para los que no saben, es un segundo juego de Star Citizen que vos podés entrar y PvPear rápido. Es decir, vas al menú, entras, elegís tu nave y empezás a PvPear. Más que nada para no perder tiempo, no perder armas, y más arcade el juego, ¿no? Así que eso estaba ya hace bastante tiempo, pero estaba como que medio tirado, no estaba actualizado, no ponían nada, lo dejaron así hace 10 años que está igual. Y ahora se vienen cambios grandes en tema de mejoras y todo para que uno pueda jugar y que sea más amigable a la vista para poder jugar con tus amigos y jugar partidas, practicar y todas esas cosas. A ver, Arena Reborn. Parte 2.
So last ISC we talked a lot about flight, but there's two other major parts that we want to be talking about here. And the first is FPS Combat. So FPS Combat in Arena Commander is so important because you need a place to practice shooting each other without actually dying for real like you do in the Persistent Universe. So we need to make that experience as close to the Persistent Universe while still having it be fun and unique. So you access Star Marine game modes exactly the same as we showed last week with the new front end.
Ahí está lo que les digo. Como entras, elegís tu personaje y pum, y entras a pelear directamente. Puede ser con peleas de naves o peleas en primera persona también.
New lobby system and jump straight into the action. So with our existing maps, the VFX team are helping us out and doing a pass over everything. So it might not be finalized in the footage that you're seeing here, but we're excited to see where they can take it and uplift all of our levels because they're in need of a facelift. And we've been working hard on fixing a lot of the bugs and frustrations across the maps.
All I know is they did a lot of bug fixes recently. I don't know, we're not meant to just say bug fixes.
La peluca que tiene,
doors that weren't meant to be there, resolving the fact that you could just smash through the glass which you're not meant to be able to smash through, and just go into EVA in the middle of elimination, which is bad. Being able to get into areas you shouldn't be able to get into.
So we fixed those up. In terms of new maps, we've got a variation on a fan favorite, Echo 11. We're introducing that to elimination. The Echo 11 is quite a big map for control. For elimination, we've tightened it up. We've cut off access to the D room and some of A room and made it a little bit smaller so that the action can be more compact and suitable for elimination. So last week we showed off Security Post Korea being introduced to dogfighting maps, but we've also introduced it to FPS maps, so you'll be able to play elimination, control, and some of the new game mods.
Y eso está bueno, para practicar todos los lugarcitos escondidos que hay en Corea.
So to recap, for Star Marine, you'll be able to play on the Good Doctor, a larger version of Echo 11 for control, small one for elimination, and the same for Damien and get Damien comms, as well as Security Post Korea, which is being introduced to elimination and control. So with the Good Doctor, at some point along the line, all the trees disappeared. So Design have went in and restored that, so it's back in this beautiful oasis area that it's meant to be in, and fixed the lighting and various other issues that just happened over time. I don't know how. And now Good Doctor's looking beautiful again. So Star Marine is a personal favorite of mine. I love FPS Combat, and I'm so excited to be working on more additions to the FPS area of Arena Commander. And that leads us to something I'm super excited to talk about, and that's experimental modes.
Bueno, a ver. Experimental Method.
Experimental modes are important because it allows us to get back into what the real meaning of Arena Commander used to be, which is playtesting and making sure that things that are made for the PU and Arena Commander and Squadron work the way they're meant to. It allows us to put stuff into a testing environment where we can quickly check if just something works the way we want it to, essentially.
Somewhere along the line, we lost that, and when we formed the Arena Commander feature team, we knew that Arena Commander has to stand on its own and have these flagship game modes and new things that are unique to Arena Commander, but we still want to support the persistent universe and other ventures that we go on. Experimental modes are important to us because it gets things in your hands quicker. Instead of waiting for these big, huge game modes to release, we can test things out periodically for a day, a week, a month, and get it into your hands sooner rather than later.
Okay.
So let's dive in and take a look at some of the experimental modes that we have been working on. The first experimental mode is single weapon elimination, so you can jump in with what will be pistols at first.
No.
From a developer's standpoint, single weapon elimination gives us the opportunity to really test weapons that we want to get tested. It allows us to check every single part of the weapon balancing.
Claro, en pocas palabras acá lo que están hablando es de que este modo de juego de práctica les sirve mucho a ellos para probar lo que es el PvP en primera persona y después todo esto trasladarlo a lo que es Star Citizen Alive, que es el que jugamos todos, ¿no? Así que está bueno. Y nada, para que lo prueben y mejoren, porque la verdad que lo que es el primera persona, el shooting, es muy malo. Muy, muy malo. Es decir, no es muy malo, pero no hay muchos mejores juegos en primera persona que están mejor que este. Yo lo único que... Es decir, está bueno el Star Citizen, el PvP en primera persona. Lo único que tiene malo para mí es el tema del inventario, de cambiar de arma, la hora de recargar y todo eso, en medio que se demora mucho. Pero bueno, vamos a ver qué más nos dice. A ver, Gun Rush.
The next experimental mode that we're working on is Gun Rush.
Now, names are temporary. They might change between now and release. But Gun Rush is
¿Alguien se
where you
acuerda de
start
esto o
off
no?
with a pistol, and as you get a kill, it upgrades you.
And then with every kill you go to the...
Esto es el Counter-Strike. Este no es que lo inventaron ellos. No sé si se acuerdan unos que vos en el Counter era un modo que vos empezás con una pistolita, después pasaba una escopeta, después pasaba una escopeta no sé, de un tiro, después una escopeta semiautomática, después una ametralladora, después el francotirador y bueno. Se ve que pusieron ese modo tipo el Counter. Acá en Star Citizen, ¿ves? Matás, a medida que vas matando te cambia el arma, ¿no? Cuando matás más de 2 o 3 te va cambiando arma y arma y arma. A ver qué más.
Switch out just the gun and it's super fast. Now, whereas before it was a bit of a clunky thing to do.
Ok, bueno, ahora eso. Tonk Royale, esto está bueno.
We're
A
bringing
ver.
ground vehicles to Arena Commander.
Ok.
And that is Tonk Royale.
So there's going to be 3 locations for Tonk Royale. It's going to be Hurston,
Muy
Yellow,
bueno
and
esto.
Magda. So how it works is simply we have a massive arena. We drop you in on these 3
Qué
various
buena
maps,
onda, boludo. Guerra de
and you just go
tanques.
to town. There's going to be 3 versions of Tonk Royale. First is classic elimination deathmatch.
Okay.
Respawns, just get as high score as you can. Second is squadron battle. So you are team versus team tanks. In squadron battle, it's super exciting because you can run as just the driver or you can join one of your teammates and be their gunner.
Ah,
And
está
then the
bueno.
third is still being worked on. Not sure if it's going to be making this release, but super excited about it, is hardcore elimination. So essentially elimination, but you've only got the single life. When a Turbo Storm gets introduced to the verse, we'll be sure to add that to Tonk Royale as well.
Muy bueno, guerra de tanques se viene en Star Citizen.
After 320, we'll also be finishing off our racing refactor, which allow us to make maps faster and merges PU and AC racing systems together. It's going to be a more streamlined process for us, our designers, and a better experience for you, less buggy on both ends. So with the racing refactor, we've also been working on a betting module, which will let you bet on races. Now, we haven't got all of that signed off, but excited to get that in if we can.
Ok. No, van a arreglar bugs y creo que se van a
So
poder...
just like the persistent universe, all
Vas
of
a poder apostar cuando estás viendo las carreras... Cuando haya alguna carrera entre amigos y eso. Ok.
these maps, game modes, and features need to have their own individual go no-goes. At the time of recording this, we've got some successful goes for Alpha 320 for the following: the new Arena Commander front end, the new lobby system, the new spawning system, which allows for multi-crew gameplay,
Okay.
new death cameras and death recaps, a revamped scoreboard and scoring system, 4 new racetracks for the new Horizon Speedway, Old Vanderval, Rickard Memorial, Defford Link, and Halloran Circuit, in addition to the 4 PU racetracks, the Snake Pit, Miner's Lament, Yadar Valley, and Icebreaker, the Jericho Station dogfighting map, Security Post Curator with dogfighting and FPS
Esto es todo lo que
maps,
se
the
viene
new Pirates Swarm Final
en
Wave
el próximo
capture
parche,
battle,
en
the new Echo 11
3.20.
elimination map, and new experimental game modes like single weapon elimination,
Los
gun rush,
tanques.
Tonk Royale, elimination and squadron battle versions,
Perfecto.
and finally the new infinite wave Vandal Swarm you'll discover for yourself. So that about does it this week. I'm so excited to share all these cool developments with Arena Commander, and got the list here. I just want to give a shout out back to Adam, Adrian, Bryn, Corwin, Kirk, Mark, Ricky, Samuel, and Sean and Simon in the
Muy bien.
Arena Commander feature team. I'm sitting here in front of the camera, but man, the work it's thanks to this amazing team that I have. And I just couldn't say no to Jared because he's my dungeon master and I really don't want him to kill my character.
Muy buenos los cambios, la verdad. Están buenos. El de los tanques va a estar muy interesante. Muy.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that changes to FPS maps should make for a more varied experience in Star Marine game modes, that the first ground vehicles are finally arriving with Tonk Royale, and that we hope the new experimental modes will function not unlike dynamic events for the Precision Universe, where they can provide timed, direct experiences the team can use for analytics and feedback from things as small as a single pistol, to a brand new vehicle, to even curious experiences like Gun Rush, and a few more things that we're not quite ready to share just yet.
Okay.
Also, if you missed last week's show, go check that out and see everything else that's coming your way from the new Arena Commander feature team in the upcoming Alpha 320. There's some fun stuff in there. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for exploring the process of game development with us, and we'll see you all here next week.
Bueno, perfecto. Bueno, bien. La verdad que estuvo bueno. Me gustó mucho. Me gustó mucho el tema de los tanques, el tema de la Arena Commander, que lo van a empezar a modificar a partir del próximo parche 3.20. Va a estar divertido y está bueno eso para probar y que los desarrolladores mejoren lo que es el primera persona de Star Citizen, porque la verdad que no está tan bueno para mi gusto. Así que bueno, coméntenme acá abajo en la descripción del video, en los comentarios digo qué les pareció. Díganme si les gustan los nuevos cambios, qué le mejorarían, qué pondrían. Y no se olviden de darle like y comentar, obvio. Y no se olviden de suscribirse, que me ayudan un montón. Recuerden que estamos en Twitch todos los días. Después de las 5 de la tarde Estados Unidos, que es 6 de la tarde Argentina, hasta 3 o 4 horas por ahí. Así que cualquier duda que tengan, les dejo acá abajo en la descripción del video todas mis redes sociales para que entren y me pregunten lo que ustedes quieran, ¿sí? Así que nos vemos en el próximo video. Chau, chau.